Back at it with another anxiety Q&A. I'm Lily Seiss, a former school psychologist, and I think more importantly, someone who used to struggle severely with anxiety. Today, I'm an anxiety coach, a 3 principles practitioner, and I'm passionate about helping people have a fresh, new understanding of anxiety. I share here on YouTube, and I have so many videos on Instagram and TikTok. So if you are on those platforms, go find me at Peace From Within. On Instagram, it's _Peace From Within. And here's our question. Can you do one about hyperfixating on normal body movements? I'd love to have a reference video of you to come back on when I'm ruminating on if I can see properly, or if my neck vein is pulsing normally. I know it sounds crazy, and it does not sound crazy. So I totally get that. I've had times of hyperfixating on normal body movements. Blinking, swallowing, and a big one for me was breathing. I would unintentionally hold my breath, and then I thought I was helping myself out by doing breathing exercises like belly breathing and 4-7-8 breathing and alternate nostril breathing and going to breathwork classes. But then it just continued. I was even more aware of my breathing, and I honestly felt like I didn't know how to breathe effortlessly again. I've had sometimes with blinking, or when feeling like I have to pee, like just feeling really confused about normal body movement. So this does not sound crazy. And I love how this is written about in the book, Overcoming Unwanted Intrusive Thoughts, because these are just intrusive thoughts, kind of an intrusion, and we can become hyper aware. So I do like this book a lot if you are struggling with intrusive thoughts. Some of the kind of like what to do isn't exactly my style, but I think a lot of the basic information is really wonderful. And I wanted to read a little bit from this part when they talk about this hyperfixating on normal body movements, because I just think they did such a great job. They give all these examples. I have a feeling that I'm producing too much saliva. I keep swallowing and swallowing. I check to see if there's more, and there always is. I can't stop, and it's driving me nuts. Now it feels like I have a lump in my throat, too. I'm tortured by my underwear. I can't get any to fit right. And I've had those. Sometimes I've had ones where, like, especially when it comes to bras or underwear or like leggings or just clothes, I just feel like nothing fits right. And when I get that feeling that nothing fits right, I just know it means that I'm like in this kind of irritated, like I'm too shaken up. So for me, when I do that, I know it's just I'm just shaken up and just like kind of setting down a snow globe. I have a snow globe. I know it's actually not the clothes, although I am a very like sensory sensitive person, but I'm just like, I just do my best and know that when my mind clears, I'm going to settle, I'm going to feel better. I'm going to keep reading these. When I lie in bed trying to sleep, I feel like I have to pee, even if I did just a few minutes ago. Then I think I won't be able to go to sleep unless I go. This can go on for hours and hours. This one I really related to, falling asleep, and then also if I was in someone else's car, I would be really hyper fixated and I didn't know, and then my imagination would go wild and I would think that maybe I'm going to pee in my pants, all this stuff. And again, this one doesn't happen to me that much, but sometimes I do have a thought, oh, is my bladder a little bit full? Actually, this has happened sometimes recently. It is a signal for me just to like settle in. It's like, oh, I'm just shaken up. So when I feel like that pee worry, a bladder worry, it's almost like an instant peace comes over me, because this is something that I've unintentionally been not challenging, for lack of a better word. If I start a hike or I'm going to get a massage or get my hair done, sometimes when I think it wouldn't be great to have to go to the bathroom. And then I'm like, what comes next is just this knowing that I'm okay. I don't need to pee. And if I do need to pee, I can figure it out. But I've seen a lot of like clarity in this, and I kind of am bolstered by like that I can go hours without peeing, even though I drink a lot of water, So again, this question really is dear to my heart. All right, another one. A friend pointed out to me that she could see the side of her nose, and when she looked down. Now I can't stop seeing my nose. It feels like it's obstructing my vision, and I hate it. Does anyone else have this? When I lie down at night, I can hear my own heartbeat in my ear. I can't relax. I can't stop counting and listening and worrying about it. I have started getting up over and over to check my blood pressure and pulse. What is wrong with me? And nothing is wrong with this person. Nothing at all. Nothing is wrong with you if you relate to these. And again, when these things happens with me, it's just like a tap on the shoulder. Like, oh, I'm just shaken up. I got a lot of noise in my head. And I kind of just go the other direction. I really like those examples because I think it can make me feel less alone. You know, when I was struggling, I felt really weird. I had no idea. And so my recommendation is, if you notice that hyperfixation come up, again, it's just letting you know that you've got a lot of noise in your head, you know, and that you're kind of tense, hyper-focused. It's an invitation to get present. I love how Michael Neal talks about this universal diagnosis: too much noise in head. So if you notice that you've got any of these hyperfixations, it's like, oh, too much noise in my head. Ultimate medicine, dropping that thought, you know, letting it go. And so if I notice, because to me that hyperfixation, it really is just like tensing up. You know, we're able to do this. We really are. But if I keep doing this, it's eventually going to hurt. That hurting is a friendly signal letting me know to loosen up, to let go. And when we let go, our thoughts can just flow. And all those are our thoughts. Thoughts about neck pulsing, thoughts about seeing properly, thoughts about bladder fullness and swallowing and breathing. Just thoughts, and we're hyper-focused and we're tense and suffering when we feel uncomfortable with that. It's not punishment. It's a health-promoting invitation to look in a new direction. To let our thoughts go, to drop it. And the wonderful thing about thoughts is that they flow. That is the nature of thoughts. They come and they go. So I know I could be lying there at night and think, oh, do I have to pee? Can I fall asleep? I don't have to stress about the thoughts. The thoughts are never a problem. It's our innocent overreaction. So I can just kind of lay back, let that thought come and go. It's going to be replaced by a new thought. So I'm not scared anytime I see my nose or I notice that I'm holding my breath. That's just a noticing. It is just enough to notice. Let that thoughts go, like not hop on that train of like, you know, and just let new thoughts come, new feelings come. Let your peace of mind return, because what we are looking for appears automatically when our mind clears.